Hey guys, in this short video, I'm going to show you how to do Git Rebase. If you're working on a large project that involves several team members, and if you use Git for version control, then knowing how to rebase your code before you create pull requests is an absolute essential. I'm going to take a real world example and try to demonstrate how to do a rebase using a terminal on your Mac or Windows. Now, if you prefer to use graphical tools like SourceTree as an example, let me know down below in the comment section, and I will make sure I do another video to show you guys how to do rebase using SourceTree. All right, enough said. Let's jump right to it then. So here is my terminal. Now let us assume that we have two developers working on a project. Let's call them developer A and developer B. Now imagine that developer A is done for the day and he wants to push all of his code to the remote GitHub repo before he heads out. Now that's always a good idea and a good thing to do. So this is the developer A terminal. He looks at his Git working status. Right, so he has some changes. Let's push all of that. So he adds, he commits. Let's give it a sensible name. I call it updates, and he pushes it. All right, so developer A has pushed all of his code to the remote repo and he can head out now. All right, so now let's flip over. Now this is developer 2's terminal, or rather I should say developer B. Now developer B, let's imagine, has been working on his own, and finally he's done for the day as well. So it's time for him to push his code to the remote and head out, head home, take it easy. So let's do that on behalf of developer B. So let's check what he has. Okay, he's made changes to files. Let's add them one by one, or we could add them together, but let's do it one at a time because there are only two files. All right, let's commit. I'm gonna call it right, nice and simple. Let's push. Push it to the origin and the branch. All right, so at this point, both developers have checked in all of their code for the day, and they've pushed all of their changes to the remote repo, and they've left home for the day. Right, that's where we are at this point of time. All right, so now it's the next morning. Let's say the developer A walks into the office nice and early. He's all set to create a pull request for the work that he did last night. So let's go ahead and do that. This is the GitHub. We'll go into branches. All right, so here is developers A branch. It's 3 commits ahead of the master. So let's do this on behalf of the developer A. He creates a pull request. Let's just call it developer A. And let's leave aside any comments. Now, obviously, in a real world scenario, you would be adding comments, but this is just for demonstration purposes. All right, so here's the pull request. Let's assume that somebody approves the pull request and the developer A goes ahead and merges the pull request into the master. All right, so now developer B walks into the office. Well, a little late, but hey, who are we to judge, right? Let's not be timekeepers here. So it's finally developer B's turn to create a pull request now. So he's going to go ahead and do that. So let's go to pull request. Let's do it a little differently this time. And we'll say new pull request. The base branch is going to be developer B. Now, what's going on here? GitHub seems to be complaining that the pull request cannot be merged. Why is that? Now that is because of conflicts. So now that's not a big deal, but the developer B needs to go ahead and resolve these conflicts before he can actually create a pull request. So this is where rebase comes in. He needs to rebase his branch with master, get all of those commits that developer A just merged into master, and then he's going to be all set to create a pull request. So now let's finally go ahead and do the rebase. So the developer B goes back to his terminal, says if he has any pending code, which he does not. So he needs to check out and go back to master. He needs to update his master and get all the latest changes from remote. So he does a git pull origin master. Now he can go back to his branch, which is called developer B. So let's copy paste that. And now is the time to do a rebase. So let's go ahead and do a git rebase master. Alright, so now when he does that, he sees Git tells him about two conflicts. One of them is in the package.json, the other one is in the README file. Now, Git is pretty good at giving you good suggestions. All you need to do is really follow that. And in this case, Git tells you that there are two conflicts, and it tells you when you've resolved these conflicts, you need to do a git rebase continue. So let's go ahead and try to resolve both the conflicts. So we go into package.json first, and we look at the conflicts. Okay. So there's a change in the description. It seems like both the developers updated the description. So the developer B can either go ahead and choose what he added as the description, or he can choose to opt for what the other developer added. Now, in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and pick the top one. That's fine. Alright, so he gets rid of the conflicts. He's going to save this. And now he's going to look at the other conflict in the README file. Now, again, he can pick the head, or he can pick his own. That's completely up to him. Let's say he picks the head. He goes ahead and saves the files. Now he needs to check the git status. Now two files have been modified, so he needs to go ahead and add both these files. Oops, let's go back to JSON. Here we go. And now the final step, as Git had suggested, we need to go ahead and do a git rebase minus continue. And now your rebase is done. This one, all developer B needs to do, he needs to push this to the remote repository. So you can do a git push, and you can use the -f option, which is a first push in this case. I can say origin and the branch. So that concludes the rebase. Let us now go back to GitHub. Alright, so now let's flip back to GitHub, and now when I have already refreshed this, now you can see you can now merge because the merge conflicts are now resolved. And that is because of the rebase that was just performed.